Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome. It's the Matic. Welcome back to Matic. What is going on? Let's just thank you so much for commenting, liking, and subscribing. So let's get into today's new video. Woo-wee! And we're in for a treat. So let's talk about it right now. Disney CEO confirms no to Antman 4 and Thor 5, and why? What? Yes, it's a bit surprising, but you know what? I honestly can say I can agree on this topic. So let's talk about this. So Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, expresses concern with superhero films. And the thing is, when you really think about it, there is a problem with the superhero genre right now. And the reason why he said that he did not want to continue on with like a longer trilogy for superhero films, to a fourth and a fifth movie, was simply because fans are not happy with the films when it comes to that. We saw that with Thor 4. Thor 4 was not well received. It didn't even stay in the box office as long as it should have. And that is a huge problem. Thor 3 even did better than Thor 4. Even though it did $1 million on both ends, definitely a problem. It took a decrease. Thor 3 made way more money than Thor 4 Love and Thunder. And I love that he sees that this is an issue. And not even just that. Let's talk about Ant-Man for a minute. Ant-Man 3, Quantumania, did very bad if you think about it. For it to be a third installment to a superhero live comic adaptation, Ant-Man 2 made way more money. What? Yes. Ant-Man 2 definitely made $1 million more money than the third film. So there is a problem with this. And on top of that, let me just throw this in there too, because we need to talk about this too. The fourth X-Men movie that came out, Dark Phoenix, did extremely bad. So the problem is these films that are coming out, right? They're coming out, but the problem is they're not staying in there for the long haul. They're not staying in there for fifth week at the box office, sixth week at the box office, seventh week at the box office. So he's seeing that, yes, okay, the first 2 weeks we made $1 million, right? Depending on how much of a meal. But the problem is we can't get people to continue to pretty much be into these type of films. The next thing that he brought up, and this is something that, I kind of agree with this. You know what I'm saying? I don't completely agree with it because I do like some of the Marvel solo movies, as well. But he also mentioned that people are a little bit more interested in crossovers. Now, let's be realistic about it. Yes. Yes. I'm one of those people that like the crossovers too. So I'm a bit of both. I like the solo Marvel films, but I also like the crossovers. And the thing is, if you think about it, the crossovers are making way more money. Way more money. Did you hear me? Way more money. And the thing is, when you think about it, the highest selling Marvel films, and I'm just speaking Marvel, I'm not talking about Marvel and Sony, the highest Marvel films are Avengers, Endgame, Infinity War, Captain America Civil War. I mean, you basically say it's a crossover because there are other Avengers within that film. Those are the top 3 movies right there on, I guess you could say, a crossover. And that pretty much makes sense because fans are looking forward to stuff like Secret Wars, Kane Dynasty, of course, right? And I love that, like I said, he knows what's the demographic. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, well, let's be realistic about it, y'all. This company has expectations. And the thing is, they have their expectations, But the problem is, if they're not meeting those expectations on how to deliver a Marvel film, whether it be superhero solo movies or crossover superhero movies, then there's a problem. And I like that he analyzed to see, you know what, maybe we shouldn't do a Thor 5. It probably wouldn't be in the company's best interest because Thor 4 didn't sell well. Thor 3 did sell a decent amount of money. But you know, it probably would also be costly, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, superhero movies they get very costly. Money. Money. Did you hear I said money? And the thing is, when you think about it, how would Thor 5 succeed as an actual comic live adaptation? The same thing with Ant-Man. Ant-Man 3. Like if they did an Ant-Man 4, would it definitely make more money? I actually believe Ant-Man could have did extremely well. If they did an Ant-Man 4, I said, you know what? I mean, the movie did good. I don't think he is as popular as the other Avengers. Maybe that's what it is for his character. I think sometimes the least popular Marvel characters don't always quite shine. And you know, it's not that they're the movies are not bad. It's just that they're don't have a popular fandom or a big fandom that's going to support this movie. But my next question is now, with this being said, Bob Iger only wants to do 3 solo superhero movies. Do you think that these 2 movies are going to be on the chopping block? And I want to talk about this right now. Do you think Guardians of the Galaxy 4 is going to be on the chopping block of getting cut or chopped? And also, do you think Captain America 4 will be getting chopped if Bob Iger goes with this direction for Marvel with solo films? You tell me in the comments, guys. Your boy Ill Blur. Man, it's a blur living in the world, guys. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. And until next time, guys, I am out. Thank you for the support now. The support now.